Hello, everybody. Thank you. Hola, hola, hola. I have a lot of energy. My name is Sandra Noemi Torres, and I'm the founder of United Latinas. And I want to thank, most certainly, We Are All Human for putting on this amazing event, sharing some data. I can't wait for the panels. So I am responsible for sharing some data on the Southeast region. Oh. Okay. So many of you have heard we're 60+ million strong across the United States. Today, I will be sharing some data and insights about the Southeast region specifically. Before we begin, I want to start with this. We can create magic when we work together. I hope from this presentation and today's panels, you will feel even more inspired and more moved to want to be part of that magic. Thank you, Claudia, for bringing us all together. All right, so this is an overview of the region. When I first looked up the map of the Southeast map, I thought it was just the darker green area that you see. And then I discovered we have Kentucky, West Virginia, Arkansas, and Louisiana. Y yo no sabía eso. I had people like, Kentucky is in the Southeast. It is. Si tú no sabías, ahora sabes. All right. It is strange, but there are 85.5 million people in the Southeast region altogether per the 2020 census, or give or take a few, as we are in 2022 now. The entire Southeast region, 10.5 million Hispanics live in this region. So 85.5 million as a total population, 10.5 Latinos that live in this population. The lower 7 states, which is the original core, consists of 8.9 million Latinos. All right, so here's the breakdown of each of those states. You will notice, to no surprise, that Florida has the highest population of Hispanics. Florida also has the 6th highest Hispanic population in the US and the largest population in the Southeast region. West Virginia has the smallest, as you can see, probably to no surprise to many of you as well, accounting for 1.9% of its residents being Latino. All right, so now we're going to dive into some of the growth. How did we get to those numbers? Here you will see an increase in population for all of those southern states. North Carolina and Georgia Hispanics account for 10% of each of their respective states. Florida, again, Hispanics were 26% of the population. And a fun fact on this graph is, well, not fun. Out of the million Latinos in Georgia, 500,000 of them are Mexicanos. And obviously in Florida, the majority race ethnicity is Cubanos for the most part. All right, so now we're talking about Hispanics over 18. Now, this is really important to me because people say that children are the future, and they are the future, but the adults are the now. We are the now. We are the voters, the entrepreneurs, decision makers, and we need to support this group, us, right now, most importantly. If we have strong, balanced adults, then we will create well-balanced children. And you guys can soak up those numbers. I don't want to think, but. All right, so Hispanic business owners in the Southeast. So Hispanic business owners are growing. These are businesses that have payroll. We divided this into 2 different slides. We have businesses that have payroll and then entrepreneurs and non-employer businesses. So Hispanic businesses that have payroll, and just to give you guys a frame of reference, the United States has 32 million businesses. 26 million of those businesses are non-employer businesses, which are entrepreneurs, independents, probably many of you in here in this room. This is beautiful to see. There are a total of 1.4 million businesses in this region. 96,000 are Hispanic, something to keep working towards. Hispanic business owners contribute, and here, by paying $24 billion in payroll and employ nearly 650,000 people. Florida, of course, accounts for the majority of that at 16.9 billion in payroll. The good news is we're represented in every state. Okay. Hispanic entrepreneurs or non-employer businesses. The numbers here are obviously greater than the firms. We are 1 in 6 businesses, and total generated in revenue is $33.5 billion in this region. West Virginia has 1,100 businesses, but still generates $35 million in sales. So some awesome work amongst those entrepreneurs. Florida, again, the majority at 714,000 create businesses, creating over 22 billion in revenue, which some of you may be taking part in that. All right. All right. Regional political representation. So this is a sensitive subject for many, but it really shouldn't be. We want to increase these numbers. These are the numbers for each of the respective states on how many Latinos are in office or have an elected position. We want to increase these numbers, but there are many, many issues that we need to work on. Hispanic elected officials are not just good for the Hispanic community. They're good for everyone. Hispanics are a community-centered group. We want more inclusiveness because many of us, if not all, know what it's like to have been picked on or called racial names at one point, and we see and find value in others. But there are challenges. There are challenges in getting support of Latinos getting elected into office. People feel shunned if they openly support. The current system still makes it very hard for Latinos to get elected, for them to even win or attempt to have momentum in any particular race. And they're dropping out of races. It's difficult, right? We need more Hispanic PACs. And I think that that is one of the main things that is most important because Latinos need money. In order to run a political race, we need money to run those races. If we don't have the money, we're not getting far. So if you're not in the Florida state and you came from somewhere else in one of those states, we have work to do other than Florida. You could see Florida has 214 elected officials per the NALEO report. All right, so now we are on to Hispanic buying power. So these tables are showing buying power. I included 2 slides without Florida and with Florida, because with Florida, you can't really measure. So you could see at least how the other states rate against each other. Florida obviously dominates. So I included that in the second table. The Southeast region's Hispanic power as of 2019 is $308.5 billion in the Southeast region. We are great consumers. We are. But again, we want to be on the other side of that and own the companies. Screenshot that. So Florida state, quote, Florida alone, like Roberto said, is 5.7 million Hispanics living in this area. So I wanted to end with giving you a count of Florida County or Florida as a whole. And so for this last slide, Florida has 67 counties altogether. Georgia does too, by happenstance. These top 6 counties in Florida total 3.9 million Latinos, which is a great majority of the 5.7 million across 67 states. These 6 have 3.9, almost 4 million Latinos living in them. So when you're thinking about where you're going to move. So this is the lower 3, the Miami, Palm Beach, Broward, Orange County, where Orlando's at, and Osceola and Hillsborough. I thought it'd be important to call out these hotspots and the political leadership in these areas to see if there's room for improvement. And I think that there most certainly is. Miami-Dade is 69%, almost 70% Hispanic, again, to no surprise of anyone. The majority being the Cuban, and then next in line is more international, South American, then Mexicanos, then Puerto Ricans in that mix. I think I went really fast, porque yo hablo rápido. But that is it. Diversity. Diversity, the art of thinking independently together, is what I wanted to end with. Isn't that a beautiful quote? The art of thinking independently together. I think it represents us here in this space. We are all strong thinkers and leaders independently. Let's unite. We can certainly solve problems and find opportunities for growth when we work together. And that is it. Thank you so much, guys.